Big shout out to Janina's Jewelers. Always great service.
Hello and welcome to your Peace Country podcast.
Hello and welcome. On this episode, we're reposting an interview we did a little while back with Mariah from M3M Studios. But first, we have some more upcoming events and a new We Got It at Manic. And stick around to the end because we're doing some rescheduling and we'd like to tell you about it. Enjoy.
Cats and coffee are my two favorite things.
Come to Whiskers Cafe for the coffee and stay for the cats.
And now for upcoming events in the Peace Country.
Mean Girls the Musical will be performed at the Grand Prairie Live Theatre from November 22nd to the 24th. Northwest Polytech is having a Christmas craft show on November 22nd and the 23rd. Jesse Rhodes will be playing at Better Than Fred's on November 8th, and Goodbye Irish on November 15th. The Danger Cats are coming back to the Peace. They'll be in Peace River at the Baskin Hall on November 8th, and at 5 Mile Hall in Grand Prairie on November 9th. On Friday, November 8th, and Saturday, November 9th, there'll be a Christmas market at the Bezanson Community Event Center. Webster's Community Hall will be having a Christmas craft show on November 8th and November 9th. Northern Spirit Light Show will be starting on November 14th at Evergreen Park. City Center is having a Vegas night on November 15th. Businesses will be open till 11 p.m. and you can win a $1,000 gift card to Grand Prairie City Center. One Bad Sun is coming to Better Than Fred's on December 7th. Tickets are $45 in advance. Travelland's Winter Market is coming back on December 6th and December 7th. And Kokanee Comedy Night at the Great Northern Casino every Wednesday.
If you have an event coming up and would like us to share on PcP, let us know at peacecountrypodcast@gmail.com.
Peace Country Podcast has a challenge for you. We will give you $100 cash if you spare a 7-10 split at Bowling Stone's 10-Pin Entertainment Center in Grande Prairie, Alberta.
And now it's time for We Got It at Manic with Ryan.
G'day guys, this is Ryan here at Manic Records and Collectibles. I'm going to talk to you today about Doors, Alive, She Cried. This album has a lot of bangers on it, just to name a few: Light My Fire and Love Me 2 Times. This came out in 1983. It's the Doors' second live album. If you are looking for a copy, come get at me, located at the Prairie Plaza.
And we got it at Manic Records and Collectibles, located in the Prairie Plaza next to Audio Concepts.
And now for the Peace Country Spotlight.
We are here at M3M Studios with Mariah. Mariah, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me here.
Thanks for being here. So let's just get into it. Tell us about M3M Marketing.
So M3M Marketing is a marketing agency. We are located in Grand Prairie, Alberta. And we also own a creative rental studio, which is M3M Studios, which we opened just this past September.
So you have opened in September. How has it been so far?
For the studio side, we opened in September. When we started the marketing agency, it was 2017, and the community has been tremendously responsive to the studio opening. It's just been this nice expansion piece to kind of offer more to our community.
What did you do before you opened the studio?
Well, before I owned M3M Marketing, before I kind of went full-time entrepreneur anyways, what I did was I worked in radio. I, got my start right out of school. So I went to GPRC to do my business administration diploma. After that, I went into radio, did some sales there at Today FM, and then I worked for the municipality for a contract, and then I went over to GPRC, which is now NWP, Northwestern Polytechnic. for 4 years. And then I also went back to the city for another contract before taking the leap into full-time entrepreneurship in 2022.
Did you work with Grant Berg?
Yeah, Grant Berg was my general manager when I worked at Today FM. I consider him a mentor and just a huge supporter of my career path. Yeah, he's a wonderful, wonderful guy. And if you've never been to Grant Berg Gallery, please go do yourself a favor. Go check it out. Canadian artists in there, and they're just so great. I always leave there going, I want that painting, or I want that print, that Robbie Craig print, or whatever I can afford, right? So there's some really high quality stuff in there.
Yeah, we had him on the show. He's a really nice guy.
Cool.
So what made you decide to open a marketing studio?
I actually didn't plan this at all. So I kind of call myself an accidental entrepreneur because when I was in school, I just loved helping people. I loved using the skills that I learned in college and being able to just go out there and help people. And it was mostly on like just I'll help you out with this event you're trying to promote, or I'll do this little social media graphic for you. And it was just out of wanting to help and wanting to see something I created out there in the world and making an impact for somebody else. And so eventually, I would be working at a coffee shop on my weekends. So I'd work the day job. On the weekends, I'd start going to this coffee shop to volunteer for these people. And all of a sudden, some of the people are like, I think you're doing a bit much work. I think we might need to start paying you for this stuff. Like, what would your rate be? And I was just like, rate? Like, what are you talking about here, right? Like, I just wanted to help you. And so, I came up with something. Like, it was probably not what I should be charging, but it kind of grew from there. I just started to get referrals, and it was just me as a solopreneur, just my name. And then after, about 8 to 12 months, I was kind of like, okay, maybe I should name this thing because it's kind of become a business now. Like, people are calling me wondering if I can help them and all these things. And, all of a sudden I was spending a Saturday at the coffee shop, then it was Saturday and Sunday, and then all of a sudden it was my weekday evenings that I had to work on some stuff. So it really just spiraled from there. And then, after going full-time entrepreneurship in 2022, I just couldn't sit still for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was trying to do a commercial. I was trying to voice a commercial for a project that I got, and I had a little office in the 214 place. I was just sharing a space with another business, so I couldn't control the AC. I couldn't control the noise. Things just weren't happening very well when I was voicing this commercial. I could hear all this stuff going on. I'm like, how am I going to do this? Like, I need to get this project done. And I just said to myself, I wish there was a spot we can just go and voice a quick commercial where there's some sound dampening and some equipment we could access really quickly. And then I thought, well, you wouldn't stop there. You wouldn't just make an audio booth. You would make a photography space and videography space and maybe a podcast room. So in 2023, I started looking for spaces and started dreaming up M3M Studios, and here we are today in operation for over six months, since September of 2023, and we're April 2024 now, and it's just been great. It's I have a passion for creating content and helping people bring their visions to kind of life, and this studio allows them to access that at an affordable rate and try things on their own and explore their own creative disciplines. So yeah, that's kind of how it all started.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to need to rent this room out a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, it's made for people like you to just be able to come in. You have extra staff at the front, right, to like watch the door while you're getting your stuff set up and your guests are on their way, right? It's really made to be convenient for you, and you can access the equipment if you don't want to invest in equipment. And anyone can come in and just create a little bit of content if they so wish.
What all services do you offer?
We've got 4 studios you can rent. So you've got the podcast room, you've got the cyclorama, which is a completely curved white wall space. It's kind of like that seamless background. When you stand in it, it just looks like an infinite space. That's the whole point of it. It's called a cyc wall, cyclorama, or an infinity wall, depending on who you're talking to, but we call it a cyclorama wall. It's completely white, 21 feet wide, 11 feet deep, so you can create sets in there, portraits, video training. We had some students come in and do a music video the other week, which was fantastic. And so we also have 2 others. So the photography backdrop. So we have colored backgrounds that you can use. So, neutrals to different colors, and we can order in special colors for you too. And then of course our audio recording booth, that's where the idea started, right? And it's a small little booth that can hold maybe 2 people. You can do voiceovers for commercials, ASMR, audiobooks. We had somebody who came in here who was part of a film and it was shot somewhere else, and the producer had called and said, hey, we need this audio. And she's like, oh my goodness, where am I going to go to record this? I'm in Grand Prairie, Alberta. Like, we don't have studios here, right? And then their friend was like, actually, M3M Studios just opened, and we had her in and out in like 20 minutes. It was awesome. So we also do creative consulting. So if you have an idea for like a podcast or a creative shoot, like for photography or videography, you can come in and talk to me, and I can help you kind of map that out and kind of develop that idea a little bit. I've helped develop other people's podcasts as well. So, and I have the skills because I come from also a background of doing some indie filmmaking, some documentary filmmaking, a little bit of narrative work too, just dabbled in the narrative work. And then also we offer in-house equipment rentals and production support. So say you're a photographer, you came in here, you have a bunch of products to shoot, but you want a little extra help to maybe swap out all the products and get them all set up for yourself. We can come in and actually provide you with that additional support, because a lot of these creatives are solopreneurs, right? They don't have the resources to hire people on or vet them, really. Yeah. So if we have people that are able to do that, and you just need that extra support, you can pay for that. It's just a little extra add-on, and it makes your shoot go a lot smoother.
So what are your hours of operation?
So we're open by appointment. The studio, whenever you want your rental to be, that's kind of what we'll make happen for you. The marketing agency is just regular business hours, like a 8:30 to 5 kind of thing, but we'll work weekends and all sorts of times for our clients because we need to capture their content for them. So whenever that happens, we're located downtown, right between Bama Furniture and Shepherd's Fold, right on 100th Ave there. So come check us out, book a tour, come see it for yourself. Don't just listen to this and be like, oh yeah, I know all about M3M Studios. Come see it, okay?
Well, thank you very much for taking the time and letting us get to know you a little bit.
You bet. Thank you so much, Doug.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Hey, I just want to jump on here real quick and tell you about some rescheduling we're going to be doing. Instead of putting out an episode once every week, we're going to be putting out an episode once a month on the first Monday of every month. I really enjoy doing the podcast, but I'm having problems finding time. So thanks for listening, and we'll be back with a new episode for you on December 2nd.
I'm thinking about college this fall. What should I know?
Did you know there are tax credits available, such as the Refundable Canada Training Credit and the Tuition Tax Credit, that you may be eligible for?
Cedar CPA, we have the answers. Find us on Instagram.
And that's all we have for you this episode. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, and Facebook, so please hit those subscribe, shares, and links. This podcast only works because you listen, so thank you for listening.
What would you like to hear on PCP? Let us know by email, peacecountrypodcast@gmail.com.
22 Media.